Hey, it's Rick with Rock Bottom Outreach. It is Real Talk Friday, and I hope you enjoyed yesterday, your New Year's Day, sitting around watching football. I'm actually still in my comfy clothes, and that's really kind of all we did yesterday was watch football. And I'll be honest, in the morning time, though, it gave me a lot of time to seek the Lord, a little bit of reflection, seeking some peace on some things, and that's kind of what brought me to today and what's on my heart today. And actually, I shared with my boys earlier, and I told them, I said, guys, anyone that lives a life with bitterness, resentment, and unforgiveness will never ever have a life of peace. I mean, that's just a fact. Until they get rid of that bitterness, resentment, unforgiveness, anger, they'll never have peace. And that's kind of what I want to get into today real quick, especially if your New Year's resolution had to do with being happier, more joy, peace possibly, because isn't that really what we're all seeking? I mean, we're seeking that peace and joy. And here's the deal, that's only something that comes from the Lord. I know when I hit rock bottom in '08, part of the problem is I was medicating for something that I was hurting on the inside, and that's the only way I knew how to deal with it at the time. And so I do want to paint you a picture for you to understand how important this is. But if you've been following Rock Bottom Outreach and watching Real Talk, you know back in late October I blew my Achilles out and actually had to have surgery. And here's where I am. It's the first of the year, and this thing is still dragging me around. I'm in the walking boot now, but to be honest, I guess I didn't realize how important that Achilles was. And what it does to the rest of me physically, and you kind of look and think, man, how could that be so bad? But you got to understand, God made us that way. I mean, as far as one body and everything He gave us is for a reason. And so mentioning the word Achilles, I think that's my question today. What is your Achilles? What are you dragging around today that you just is holding you back from being able to achieve that joy and that peace that you're seeking, that all of us are actually seeking? I'm telling you, it is essentially like you're dragging around a ball and a chain and you have no freedom. I mean, you're enslaved to yourself because of that. And you may say, Rick, you don't know what someone's done to me. No, I don't. And I'm sorry whatever someone did to you, but you need to bring that to God, not to Rick. That's just truth. And so, well, how do I forgive someone? Man, you ask God. You ask God to show you how to forgive someone. I promise you, He'll show you the way. But if that is your Achilles, then I encourage you to seek counsel, whatever the case may be. I know anyone that reaches out to Rock Bottom Outreach and they talk about they're having a problem drinking or drugging, depression, and we listen close enough, I promise you a lot of times there's a wound that is pre-existed. That there's a father wound, there's a mother wound, they've been abandoned, they've been beat. There's something that they're dragging around today that's holding them back from getting to where God wants them to be. It's kind of funny. I hear people say, I'm a Dodge guy, I'm a Ford guy, I'm a Chevy guy, and probably somewhere back in the day you had one of those cars and it broke down and you're done with it. I mean, you're just done. And what is a Ford? Found on road dead. I hear that a lot. But of saying they've never got past that because of one experience. And so my point is this: don't give up on someone presently because someone did something to you in the past. That's in the past. But I need to tell you what God says about that anger. So I want to go to Ephesians 4, verse 31. And it says, get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, brawling, slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as Christ, God, forgave you. I think that's self-explanatory. That number one, if you want God to forgive you, you got to forgive someone else. But He says, get rid of all bitterness. Do you know anyone that's just bitter? And they're bitter at life. And that breaks my heart because God wants them and desires them to have this joy that comes from Him. My challenge today is, what is the Achilles that's holding you back from achieving what you need to achieve in 2015. Hey, it's Rick with Rock Bottom Outreach. It's been Real Talk Friday. Hey, have a great day.